Oh, Lord, here we go. We're back again. Hope you guys doing well. Welcome back to the channel. You know, guys, this is going to be funny as well, man. So yesterday, we gave IconEra, one shot, one opportunity. It was everything they ever wanted. They had one moment, ladies and gentlemen, to simply capture. But they let it slip. All right, jokes aside. So yesterday we talked about quote unquote Sony's departure of their PC strategy, which was going around on the internet. We did a proper investigation in this and a proper analysis on the whole situation, and we determined that the situation was complete false and bullshit. Especially with the help of PlayStation Lifestyles, who flat out even went to the column, and they even quoted the column by saying that yes, this is more speculation and not anything of any credibility, of any kind. In fact, there was no one in the industry that could add any credibility to it because they flat out are telling you flat out that it's full of shit. But of course, you had idiots on social media, guys like Tripster who live on social media, don't even play their PlayStations, but more on that in a second. So today's topic, obviously, again, it still involves IconEra. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to go back to IconEra, but this one right here, oh no, this is a special one for you guys because this right here completely destroys two birds with one stone. If you guys have been paying attention to Steam and the console wars, so to speak, from a lot of these dudes have been bringing up concurrent player numbers in regards to console war and saying that this is the overall players on, in terms of sales, for the actual game. That's right. That's been going around. So before we get into that, let's just go to IconEra. Let's go to IconEra. Let's enter Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and we're going to get this page right here. You scroll down to the bottom, you're going to see three posts that look exactly the same. It says another PC flop. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth debuts at 24,822 concurrent players. Interesting, right? So if you click that post, it takes you to a guy by the name of Goomba Galaxy. He said Final Fantasy VII Rebirth had an all-time peak of 24,822 concurrent players on January 23rd, 2025. This is courtesy of SteamDB, Don't worry about SteamDB. We're going to come back to that in a second because this is hilarious. He also said, I quote, Square Enix, keep talking yourself into irrelevance and alienating your core audience on PlayStation. Here is your multi-platform audience that you desperately want. You know what's funny about this whole alienating your PlayStation audience? The very PlayStation audience that you're accusing them of alienating, you idiots didn't buy it. Only 2 million people bought Final Fantasy Rebirth. 2 million. Sony had a new console, mind you, it's a paperweight, but a new console that was showing the game looking a little bit more sharper just for you, and you dudes still didn't buy it on PlayStation. 2 million sells. Isn't that quote-unquote niche to you guys? But you're supposed to be its core audience, and yet you guys are going to call your very game that you want to damage control and attack people over niche. Funny how that works out, right? But you know what? Let's have some fun. Let's go to Circana, courtesy of Matt Piscatella. For those of you that don't know what Circana is, they are the retail tracking service. They're responsible for tracking physical, digital, and hardware sales across all platforms from Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox, and yes, even PC. They do it all. These guys are very, these guys are synonymous with what you guys are seeing right now on Twitter. Dudes bringing up, 70 million consoles sold to compare to Xbox and use that to fanboy. That's been the whole thing that's been going around. Anyway, let's put it on the screen. Matt Piscatella said, and I quote, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth had a fantastic Steam launch. Wait, what? Interesting. Okay. He said across physical and tracked digital, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth was the best-selling game of the week, ending January 25th in the U.S. market sales, while Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth Twin Pack ranked third. Oh, wow. It gets even more interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Jason Schreier added his own 2 cents to it, and this is what he had to say. He said, and I quote, 2 takeaways here. Number one, Steam has become a bright spot, for many game makers as console sales have flattened. Now, What he means by that, he means that there is a ceiling for console gaming. He's not saying PS5 sales have flatlined. No, there is a ceiling that PlayStation 5 will inevitably hit. It might be 120, it might be 100 million, but there is a ceiling PlayStation 5 will hit. In the midst of that, Sony has flat out said they want to increase their sales margins in regards to their retail, their first party retail sales. They want to increase that. And granted, too, Sony's already making a ridiculous amount of money on PlayStation 5 as it is. But again, they want to make more. You guys forget, Sony's entire existence is behind PlayStation. They need this thing to make as much as possible. Hiroki Totoki knows this. There's more money on the table in day-and-date releases than there is in waiting for these games, especially when the Steam has literally, no pun intended, worn off with these games, and you're expecting the same crazy results. When you strike when the iron is hot, you get amazing results. Helldivers 2 is a testament of what day and day can do for your console, for your sales growth, for your actual software. It is a testament to this, and that's what exactly is going to happen. Now, people have been going around flat out trying to misconstrue what's going on when the whole plan of Hiroki Totoki. People are saying like, oh, he means TV shows and all that. No, he's not talking about TV shows. That's part of it. The main source of revenue for Sony is in their software. They need to get more gamers hands on the software, and that's going to be through Steam. Day and date's inevitable. But to go to your point about the whole TV shows thing, yes, the TV shows, you're seeing Sony push a lot of this. Granted, a lot of these are questionable. Like, I don't think anybody cares about a Beyond Two Souls TV show, but again, that's happening. Again, this stuff is happening for sure. But that's not the main way they're going about it. The main thing in regards to that part of their strategy is turning their games into attraction pieces so casuals can be more familiar with their first party releases. That's the point behind it. You turn, like Sly Cooper, you can turn Ratchet and Clank into mascots and have them have rides and themes at Universal Studios. That's why I showed that at their original post, or at their original conference for, I think it was not CES, but their Beyond the Console press conference. That's what they want to do. And you guys paid attention. They have multiple ways for you to play games. They had the sunglasses, they had handhelds, they had all that stuff. Sony knows what they're going to do, and they're flat out telling you what their future is. It's not going to be tied to a box. It's going to be multiple ways for you to get into the environment. That goes back to the Beyond the Console initiative, where they had PlayStation in the center, and you had mobile devices, you had handhelds, you had PCs, and you had consoles, etc., being the main things you can branch out to from the service perspective of PlayStation, which would be in the center. That's what Sony's doing. PlayStation is going to be more of a service going down the road, and exclusivity is going to be a thing of the past. That is what Sony's going to do. And speaking of exclusives, Jason Schreier flat out said that console exclusives will become obsolete soon, especially for third-party publishers. Again, we already saw Square Enix terminate their deal with Sony in terms of exclusive third-party with Final Fantasy. So again, that's already happened as it is, but the exclusive situation as a whole is going away. And honestly, I couldn't be even more proud. Why? Because people focus more on the war instead of the games itself. I want people to focus on the actual games and go back to what made us love this industry. That needs to go back to, because that's one of the main things I'm noticing. People care more about bitching and complaining and insulting people than they do actually going out there, buying their games, supporting the developers like they claim to be about on social media, than anything else. And it shows day in and day out. And this right here needs to seriously change. This old mindset of arguing all day over, consoles and everything in nature is redundant. It's not getting you anywhere. You're getting diminishing returns. You can't even get a console that can give you 60 FPS guaranteed for all games. No, these idiots will make excuses. Oh, it depends on the developer. No, it shouldn't be like that. You should have guarantees for what you're buying with your money. But the problem is, gamers nowadays don't have a backbone, and they expose themselves with this every single day. Now, to end this video by destroying one particular narrative that's going out of control, obviously, is in regards to the concurrent players when it comes to games. Again, that guy, the whole point of this thread was 24,000, so that was his whole argument. 24,000 concurrent players. Okay. Let's bring up a game that launched on Steam. Actually, let's bring up two games that launched on Steam, right? I'm not even going to bring up the current one because that's going to be the last one I'm going to have as like the icing on the cake here. But let's bring up two games here. These are PlayStation games. You guys are well familiar with Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn was the first game in Sony's initiative towards day and date down the road, which we are now in the present with now. This was the first game that started the trend. Horizon Zero Dawn had 56,557 concurrent players on Steam day one. Okay? Okay, that's Horizon. Let's go to God of War. God of War had 73,529 concurrent players on Steam day one. If you go to the overall sales of these games, you would know that Horizon Zero Dawn sold over 3.3 million units on Steam, and God of War sold 2.5 million on Steam. It's almost as if those numbers are not the metric to go off of in terms of actual sales when it comes to Steam and actual software. Crazy how that works, right? Crazy. I'll give you another one, ladies and gentlemen. Kingdom Come Deliverance. You know, the game that's getting a lot of dudes exposed on social media. Yeah, that's another can of worms for another video, let me tell you. But that game had over 120,000 live concurrent players within the hour of its release. As of right now, one day after that, it has sold over 1 million units worldwide on Steam. Yeah. So the whole argument of it's only, the whole concurrent argument of sales, yeah, that just went out the window. I don't know what you guys are on. I don't know what you guys think you guys got, but every single shield that you guys keep throwing up here has been shattered. The phalanx has been shattered. For those of you who don't know what a phalanx is, look up 300. The phalanx has been shattered. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like the alternate timeline. You know, they use the little hunchback dude. You know what I'm saying? He's in the, that's you guys. He used the hunchback dude from 300. He's on the front line. He can't lift his arm all the way. The damn phalanx is shattered. There's no more arguments at this point, ladies and gentlemen. You can either A, accept what's happening, grow the hell up, and move on and embrace gaming, or you can continue the console war and look like complete fucking idiots day in and day out. Either one works for me. I'm not losing any sleep over it. Me, I love gaming. I love this industry. I will always be indebted to this industry. It saved me from depression. It's one of the best hobbies on the planet. I'd be damned if I let any weirdos in this community flat out try to weaponize what I love for the sake of their own personal gain and nothing else. It is pathetic how so many people got platforms, some of which are bigger than mine, and refuse to use those platforms to fight for us as a whole and demand better in this industry and fight for actual, betterment for the communities involved and for the industry that we hold as one collective fist. Listen, it doesn't matter if you rock PlayStation, PC, Xbox, or Nintendo. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you contribute to this circle. This circle is gaming. This circle is the industry. You all contribute to it. Whether you buy the games day one or on sale, whether you stand in line to get it day one or get it months later or a year later, you contribute to this circle. You are part of the family. You are part of the collective fist that makes this industry go. The problem is a lot of you have alienated yourselves from what you guys should really be fighting for. And instead of demanding better, you just sat there and laid there and made excuses. And guess what? This industry has crumbled in the midst of this. Game sales are at an all-time, game sales are questionable. Some games do good. Other games do absolutely terrible. Game budgets are at an all-time high. And people are wondering, where the hell are my sequels? Where the hell are my other games? Why is Sony not transparent anymore? Why is Sony relying on Xbox now with the release of their games on PlayStation to help them get through the year? It's very bad, ladies and gentlemen. It's very bad. And to the dudes hyping up Starfield, which is hilarious as hell, that's another video for another time. Oh, yeah. If you're hyped for Starfield and you're on record for saying Starfield is garbage, you're like another fucking idiot in this situation. But anyway, that's another video for another time. Ladies and gentlemen, this video should be a prime example as to why fanboyism gets you nowhere, and buying games, supporting your developers, and actually being there and practicing what you preach is the way to go, ladies and gentlemen. And that right there is where I'll end the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. It's your boy Big Cloud. I am signing out, and you guys be good. Peace.